a complete circle. Everything. I am Shannon Green, trainer at Effect Fitness. Stay tuned for my video right here on Social Goals.
Say one thing before we start the show too. You're not having a good time. If you're not having a good time, you're wasting your time. You say that every night.
Relationships and situationships and all things. Thank you so much.
Daddy Yum Yum, 265 gallons of pure milk chocolate. And you are watching the Social Goals.
They did not have any good seafood or the catfish I had.
Yeah.
Like, how can you mess up on some fried catfish? Okay, let me stop.
Look, y'all got it. Y'all caught a little bit of Ashley now. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, on our website, and we are on SGR 81.4 FM. Like I say, this is a dear friend of mine. I've known her. You know what? That time has went by so fast, Ashley.
I know.
We've known each other for several years now.
I know. So I want to say definitely before COVID.
Yeah.
Definitely before any of my other businesses took off. So right now it's kind of like you look back, you said the time went by fast.
Correct.
That you can't even function how fast that time went back. I think COVID just robbed us of so much time.
Right. All right. So today, we remixing this interview because I think I interviewed you in 2020.
Yeah,
was it during COVID?
It was in the middle of COVID, and we had some technical issues as far as I think like just the connection itself. But I kept saying, dang, why does it have to be me?
Right.
That goes through that part, like, because that's all what everybody was doing was virtual interviews.
Right.
I think the people that had like a subscription, they probably made buku money.
Yeah.
Like, how can you miss a
And that's what I was saying. Like as far as back then, because back then the virtual interviews wasn't as popular.
Nope.
Wasn't as popular as they are now.
Nope.
And I thought we was winning because we was actually out there, like seeing everybody and their mama. We came to Dallas, went T-ball, we were able to meet different celebrities, and I'm like, okay, now COVID happened, so now podcasting and virtual, it's all over the place, so it's saturated.
All over the place, so almost to where sometimes you pay to be on someone's virtual platform. It's like, okay, I'm gonna pay $10 to stay at my home and listen to your coaching or whatever the case may be, because after that they're offering a service, obviously. But it's definitely changed. I can't say I'm mad about it. I'll just say that God knows what we need at whatever time. So
okay,
it looks good on some of us.
I understand that. So look, we gonna get right into it. So for those who don't know you, who is Ashley Nicole Richardson?
Who is Ashley Nicole? Now, see, I'm finna get you. That's how you know he know me too much. That's my last name. It's not on any of my platforms, okay? And he just put me out there. I'm gonna need somebody to bleep that out, help him out. Darren is in trouble. My goodness, Ashley Nicole, A Rich. Dang, yeah. When I was developing my brand, who am I? I'll say this: I'm an artist first. Child of God, mom, but in business, I'm an artist. And being an artist right now is one of those things where you better be careful you be duped, for you be led astray, because everybody's not an artist. And I say that not loosely because of the fact that, you got to know who you're hiring before you are pretty much, wanting to get the visuals that you're needing for your business. So right now, my business used to be fully photography, but it's no longer fully photography. I now have a branding and marketing agency that, definitely takes over my life. Like, it has taken over every aspect of who I am. And so I do photography, but not as much as I used to hustle for it, right? I used to want to do 10, 12, let me see. What was paying my bills back in the day? It was like if I did 20 photo shoots for the month, that was paying all my bills. So that was the goal. And now it's almost like if I do one or two, I'm okay, because, I'm doing other services and products that I'm offering with, Rich Girl Media. And of course, with Geek Plus Magazine, we're always wanting to do something similar to Social Ghosts. Like, we're telling people stories. So, that's always up in the air when you're thinking about media. But yeah, overall, I am an artist, and I would love to make sure that any business gets quality visuals, and they have a good strategy when it comes to marketing. But overall, I think now my goal after these 10 years, it'll be 10 years in July, is to basically understand your brand so that you can sell it correctly. That's it. That's who I am.
Okay.
I hope that wasn't a lot.
Hey, dude, we want it all. We want all the smoke. So you got to tell us everything. We want to know everything.
I know you do.
So who motivated you to start all of this? What's the motivation behind it, or who's the motivation behind it?
Let me say this about motivation and inspiration and encouragement and all that other stuff. That stuff wears off. That stuff wears off. But I think as an artist, I've been an artist since I was like in my teens. Like, I knew I was an artist. Like, I didn't know what kind of artist I was. I thought I was going to draw pictures and stuff like that. And of course, that wasn't something that your parents encouraging you to do, right? You got to pay the bills, and you got to be able to take care of yourself when you get older. But I think my first inspiration was the girls, was my children. They were 6 and 10 at the time when I first started my business. And, it was all about being cute. Photography was cute. Taking pictures of the girls were cute. Social media will blow you up, if they like you. And so my audience and my crowd became weddings and, children's photos. Everybody loves a good Easter bunny, with your children. Everybody loves a good, photographer for their Christmas pictures. It was just really cute. But now that, 10 years have went by and stuff has changed over the years when it comes down to what is my inspiration, what is my, but I think now it's just more my purpose with what God needs and what he wants me to do with the business, because I've met so many different people and I've met so many different stories. And so I'm like, okay, this type of stuff brings hope and it brings, a good joy into what I'm doing for someone else's passion, right? Because they're hiring me to help promote, or they're hiring me to help market their business. And so they're giving you their reason why they started, right? They're like, oh, I started this candle company because me and my granny used to make candles, right? Or I'm starting this, coaching business because I believe in, life after cancer or something. They're just giving me what it is that their brand is. And it's my job to do research to find out how to market it, where to market it. So definitely the morale has changed, just drastically in my opinion, because I don't even want to do kids. I don't want to see kids. I do not want to. And I hated to say that. It was like, but it was like, God was like, you gotta make a decision. If you know you're not gonna do no kids, then you need to tell people that instead of tiptoeing around it.
Right.
So yeah, guys. And then look at me tomorrow. I'm gonna put out a flyer and say I'm doing Easter photos.
See? Hey y'all, Ashley doing them. She doing them Easter photos. You better get them kids together.
And I think it's kind of more like. Darren, tell you want to get them kids together. I think it's kind of more like family, like, maybe if it's like my family and like you ain't gonna be talking about, oh ma'am, my kid crying. Well, you shouldn't have had that baby now before you brought him to the studio. So anyway, Darren, get on my nerves. I'm not coming back no more.
Hey man, I like to say this is my girl, man. She came from Dallas, Texas. I gotta make sure she have a good time while she here, so we gotta show her southern hospitality.
And I was on time. Make sure you say that. And I was on time.
She was on time. She was on time. So people know me, they know I'm never on time, but she was definitely on time. She was definitely on time.
Oh my God.
All right, Ashley. So, we already kind of tapping into Ashley Nicole photography.
Oh God.
Okay. So as long as I've known you, when I met you, you were doing photography. So I know we've been, Social Ghost has been in existence 8 years.
Okay.
So I know I've known you about that amount of time.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit longer.
Yep.
And what do you get out of photography? I know you've gotten to shoot different people. Is there any shoots that you've had over time that you'll never forget because of the experience you had when you did that shoot?
I guess what I'll say about that part is being able to shoot some of my clients. I think in my career, I've lost 2 clients.
Okay.
One to a car wreck.
No, are you saying deceased?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Those will be probably the most that stick in my head. Like I could probably give you some celebrities, right? But
yeah.
I think that, that's kind of given, right? Oh, I was excited. I was, oh my God, I met my heroes or whatever. I met people that everybody knew. But I think right now, when I think about it, I think about that time we spent preparing for the photo shoot. We, talked about attire, and they just gave me what they, what their spirit led them and why they're here and why they chose me. Okay. Trusted me, right? To take their photos. So 2 people that I know of, because I didn't know them personally, but after they passed, their families, hey, I just want you to know that they went on. And I'm like, oh, so those are probably the most just really inspiring, or in this case, the ones that I'll hold dear to me.
Okay.
Because they both went one went very tragically, and then the other one, it was just her time. It was her time, and that's why she came to me, is because she wanted to, commemorate that memory with her family, her dad, her husband. So shout out to both of them and their families, and I know they're in heaven, hopefully still cheering me on. And it was a pleasure, at some point in my life that I met them through my journey. Okay.
Wow, that was deep. It kind of changed the mood for a second.
You said you wanted everything.
I did. Look, I understand it. When it comes to everything is everything. So you got to take the good and the bad, the happy and sad. Everything comes on with it.
Right.
I understand the sign.
You better understand that sign.
Point taken. Okay, so like I said, we're still talking about Ashley Nicole photography. All right, so What advice would you give a potential entrepreneur who wants to go along that realm of being a photographer?
Man, ooh-wee. So entrepreneurship is just what that is. It's a single thing, right? You sometimes you don't know you need a team until you need a team. But entrepreneurship is one of those things where you take risks, do it. It doesn't matter. You need to listen to yourself. Listen to God. Turn down everybody else and listen to Him, because obviously He didn't give you the dream or the vision for nothing. He gave it to you to you have a purpose, right? Someone needs your services, your products. So to turn everybody down and pump up your talk with God so you can find out what you need to do. For photographers, man, that's all I can say about that. But I'm gonna say this about photography: you need to learn the settings, because it's the difference between being in business and then just doing stuff for a hobby, right?
Right.
So it's almost like you need to learn the settings, learn the camera back and forward, learn all types of cameras, learn the Sony, learn the Nikon, learn the Canon. You never know what position you might be in. Practice on your family, learn how you need to do things, because when you start delivering photos, you might be delivering it to, you're thinking that they just want you for your work, but it's a business.
Right.
And when people give their money, they're giving you power. So everybody doesn't get that power, right? So you have to use it correctly, because if not, and you're a week out, and you haven't delivered photos, and then you go back and the photos are destroyed. They're too small. They're too, something's wrong with them.
Right.
So you have to practice healthy habits so you won't hurt your personal life. But I'm just going to say, for photography, no, you need to learn the settings. Learn your settings, learn the quality, learn lighting. How many times do you want me to say learn lighting? Learn lighting. That's going to be one of the integral things about the quality of your photos.
Okay. All right. So we're going to change the narrative. We're going to get into Geek Plus magazine.
What?
All right. So tell us
my little baby.
Yeah. Tell us about your little baby. Tell us about Geek Plus magazine. How did that come about?
I don't think Geek Plus is my baby no more. I think she's grown up, or he, or whoever. I think they've grown up because
you didn't put her up for adoption.
No, I did not. I mean, You get busy, right? You get busy with life. And I think that the purpose in the beginning was to tell stories.
Okay.
The purpose in the beginning was to tell entrepreneur stories. When I started hearing about, social goats and, other brands that are just like, why did y'all start this? And they start telling you, you're like, oh my God, you want to get that out to give other entrepreneurs just hope, just, like I said, joy. Like, oh man, I want to do that. Even if it's the same thing. Come on now. We all can't do the exact same thing. Right. You need to do however you do it. You need to do what you were called to do. So I think Geek Plus magazine, with 11 issues under my belt, with a team that was very motivated. Man, my team was crazy. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna boost my own self up. We've had interviews from Raheem Duvan. We've had interviews from it was a guy that was on from, what was that song? Before I Let You Go, what was it? Black Street, yes. Yeah. I can't remember his name, and I apologize.
Teddy Riley?
No, it was not him. It was another guy. I apologize about his name, but I think my mind is spinning too fast. I'm trying to think of who else.
Was Dave Hollister in Black Street too?
Say it one more time.
Dave Hollister.
Dave Hollister used to be in Black, but so I guess it was the other two members that you don't really know their names. Okay. But we've had him, we've had Raheem Duvan, we've had Slim Thug, we've had David Banner. We've had a lot of celebrities in the magazine, on our YouTube, on our platform that just, gave us hope as entrepreneurs. Like, oh, look at what we can do.
Correct.
Look at how we can thrive. Darren, the other Darren from Family Business.
Henson.
Okay, Henson. Okay, look, you got to See, that's that COVID. That's that COVID memory. I'm gonna blame it up to the fog memory, and maybe because I just turned 40. I don't know, but we're gonna just blame all that. But
happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Celebrating still in this realm of celebration. But I think that Geek Plus magazine, like any other brand, you know, we're trying to evolve, right? We're trying to make sure that we're giving the best foot forward that we can when it comes to helping our clientele.
Right.
Because they want to tell their stories, obviously, in Dallas, Fort Worth, you know, Houston, you know, wherever that they may be, and will find us. But I think for me right now, where my goal would be is to make sure that we have the teamwork to do it all, right?
Right.
Because it's something about quality, and it's something about an experience that you get when you are presented that opportunity to interview somebody, right?
Right.
So that's why I was saying about being on time, and, you know, just, you know, complimenting you on this immaculate, you know, thing that you've done here is maybe small to somebody, but it's big to me, you know.
Right.
You know, the hours I took to prepare and be here. So you want to make sure that you are I'm hitting my own self, or tapping my own self, like, girl, you know better. You want to just be able to be ready. You want to be on time, and life can slow you down if it's not, you know, at a place where the business can run by itself and you not being there, right?
Right.
So yeah, I love Geek Plus. I love what it's done for so many entrepreneurs, and being able to still see their stories online, you know, on our YouTube, you know, having that paper magazine in their hand and saying, look what I used to be a part of. Look at what, you know, if I can do it, somebody else can do it, right?
Right.
And shout out to Cosign, because they gave me, I used to be on this podcast a long time ago, and we interviewed this guy, and he was just so inspirational. Just everything he was talking about his life and how he, you know, came to have his brand. And I was thinking in my mind, like, dang, what he's doing is what I'm already doing, but just not in a magazine form.
Right.
And so that's how Geek Plus got started, was, you know, this vision of Cosign. So shout out to KG and his team, because I'm seeing them doing some amazing things. They're putting people, you know, in these positions to, you know, financially, you know, help their businesses, teaching them about, you know, branding and just things that they need to do to help market, and basically the ins and outs. And so just seeing them is just amazing, and it helps me know that, you know, my brand can still evolve in ways that, you know, I never dreamed. So I love Geek Plus magazine.
And look, I really appreciate the conversation we've had outside of this, because, you know, we're able to learn from each other. And I pulled, you know, information from you. You've actually helped me grow. Like, you know, and we were just kind of talking, like, and what I try to tell people about before the vision, my goal is to get people who make a difference, but you are a full-fledged entrepreneur.
Oh.
The last person I had here was a guy I went to high school with. Shout out to John Johnson. He came through, and he's a full-fledged entrepreneur. So I think they hit different.
Yeah.
You could be an entrepreneur, like I'm an entrepreneur, but I actually have a 9-to-5 as well. So
I need one.
Man, I
need one who hired.
Man. So what I want to ask you now, into the realm of just being a entrepreneur, and I consider you a dual entrepreneur because of the two businesses we've actually discussed. What has been some of the trials and tribulations? You got more?
I got more business.
Look, I told you we want it all, Ashley. Okay.
Well, when you didn't mention Rich Girl Media, I just left it alone because it's a lot.
We want it all. Look, let's talk about Rich Girl Media.
What about
I don't have a graphic for Rich Girl Media right now, but look, we can definitely talk about Rich Girl Media.
Let me say something. I got clients probably waiting on me to respond to them. You don't put me on live.
Oh, she in
they probably like, this girl done went word and my stuff ain't what, and what is, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I know, but we're doing it in order. It was Ashley Nicole Photography, then of course Geek Plus Magazine, and then maybe 2 years after Geek Plus, I started Rich Girl Media. I needed just another place that I could still do photography, but help businesses strategize when it came to marketing.
Okay.
And that was asked of me from some of my friends that before COVID, they just needed someone to help their image, you know, like the imagery of, you know, what they saw on social media. So, oh God, that was a lot of research back in the day. I think I got a good hold on it now because I just created another business.
Okay, so we're past Rich Girl Media.
No, Rich Girl Media is my bread and butter. I make,
Okay.
yeah, those are contracts every month. I need to work. Who ain't paid their invoice? Child, it's the what day? It's the 29th.
Look, we need to call 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent get that money.
And where he at? What's the address? Let's go.
We need to run on her money.
Hey, it's report.
50. Yeah, that's what we've heard. Yes, he's here. As far as I know.
Okay, me and Darren go find him. We get out this day, we gonna find him. Cause we need our paper. Where's the power? Bring on power. So no, Rich Girl Media is now my bread, my butter, and it does what it does for other entrepreneurs in a way of hiring them, right? To help us bring a vision together for entrepreneurs. So for instance, our services and products are, branding,
right,
marketing, social media management, social media marketing, social media branding kits, right? Photography, videography, commercials, a lot of, promos. We can do media kits, PowerPoints. I've done so many things to help clients boost their business, email marketing, the list goes on, websites, logos. The list goes on when it comes to Rich Girl Media, but because I, after so many years, just pulled everybody together that I met and was like, okay, you do this. Let me hire you for this. Because now I'm getting people that need these services and they, basically, like I said, they give you their money, they're giving you their power.
Right.
So if they're trusting you, you got to be able to deliver, right?
Absolutely.
Now, that's not going to say I haven't dropped the ball at some point in my life, right? And then maybe communication was not delivered correctly, or maybe we didn't understand each other, because there's a certain aspect that goes into like the process of it all. Like if you hire someone to do your logo, they may not know that it comes with 4 or 5 variations.
Right.
Because their last client logo that they bought, it didn't come with like or a package. Like, well, I didn't even know I needed to download. So it's just a lot of different ways that you will model your business, and then people not understanding. Or in this case, the time frame, right? Like not realizing that building a brand don't take a month. Building a brand sometimes takes about 2 or 3 months, depending on what you're trying to do. And then if you come to Rich Girl Media, where every brand is expensive, we're gonna take our time and we're gonna lay it out so that way you can understand what you're trying to sell. We can help you understand what you're trying to sell, and we can market it correctly to the right audience.
Right.
Rich Girl Media. That's what she's doing.
So for Rich Girl Media, what's your preferred method of contact for people who may want to acquire your services? What's your preferred method, times of operation for those who may not know?
For Rich Girl Media, preferred method is always going to be an inquiry online on our website, richgirlmedia.com. Okay. And then any processes that to, get like a consultation to talk about what you're wanting. Specifically, you're looking at like 24 to 48 hours. Normally I meet Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the response will be 24 to 48 hours. Okay. There are some people in the pipeline. Shout out to Miss Too Petty. She does nails. I had a consultation with her, and this is a transparent moment. Okay. You said you wanted it all.
We got to get it out.
We had a consultation last August, I think. That baby just got an email like last week. Yeah.
Oh my God. But look, I do understand though.
But let me say this, research and marketing and branding. So research and marketing, I won't even include branding, because if your business is really well branded, which thank God we get some clients like that. Right. The research and marketing is where we are. Research takes, it's a lot. It's Absolutely. A lot. Being here in Bossier, I'm sure will be probably even more, because you got to find that audience, right? Right. In Dallas, Texas, you got to find out where it's not overly saturated. You got to find out what it is that you're really trying to sell, where we need to go to sell it. We're not trying to pay $40 and $75 every time a vendor comes, a vendor event comes along, and then we're not making no money, but we done spent $75 for 3 events and for the last maybe 3 months. And we're not making nothing but $20 back or $30 back, or making that exact money back. Like, yeah, it's a lot. So research, and that's, one of the reasons why, and I offered her something for free. I'll say that, because at this point I still want to work with the baby, right? Because I love her brand and I love entrepreneurs. But that's what we were looking at some point to say, hey, we needed to find out who are we going to bring in to help us render these services, right? So it gets foggy like that sometimes, but not all the time. But that's transparent. Those are things that can happen if you're not, finding out what you can handle.
Right.
So hey.
Okay. So for those that are listening, those that are watching, richgirlmedia.com. Is there a particular spelling with Rich Girl Media?
Richgirlmedia.com. RICHGIRLMEDIA.
All right, y'all heard it here first. All right, so look, before we get you up out of here, this is something that we ask all of the people, well, something that I ask every single person that comes up before the vision. I need you to tell me something about Ashley Nicole. I'm going to just put an R because you don't want me to say the whole thing. I know I'm going to get beat up after this is over. But tell us something about you that no one else knows. It could be a guilty pleasure. It could be a hobby. It could be just something about you that nobody knows that will stay here with me.
What the heck? On live. Whatever it is, I ain't telling you, Darien.
Oh my God. That's what we doing. See, that's why that question comes, because we know we keep these historical moments. And I always reference people. Okay, like Raquel Wheeler. I told her I wouldn't. I've already given her
told
name.
a woman big.
I did. I tell her because when I've been doing this before the vision since 2019. Okay. Yeah. She told me she has a fear of balloons. Now I'm thinking initially the hot balloons. You climb and you go up in. I'm afraid of that. So I was like, oh yeah, I get that. But I'm talking about birthday balloons that a little kid will hold. She say she's terrified. She will leave. But I mean, to hear something like that traumatized me. I'm like, I can't believe this. I can understand spiders, snakes, but you said balloons. Oh my God. So that has been something that stuck with me, and that's the reason why I continue to ask this question on this particular podcast every time.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I can even say that won't be like, well, that ain't nothing, because I'm like, I don't think I got stuff like that.
It don't have to be something that, but something that nobody knows. It could be something you just kind of keep to yourself. It could be pretty weird,
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of what could be weird that,
it doesn't have to be weird, Ashley.
Look, I'm trying to think, I'm just trying to think like, because I'm I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Okay.
I'm a very transparent person. So I don't mind telling you the struggle, right? If I feel like you need to know that, right? Or in this case, even, being modest at times and like, if you find out, you find out. I think for me, one thing that I feel like don't nobody know is that I can sing.
Okay, now we talking about singing like Erykah Badu singing.
I don't know. I think that everybody's gonna have their subjective, like, But
who would you compare yourself to?
Nobody.
Is this like the singing in the shower? Everybody sounds good in the shower.
Probably the church. I'm gonna leave my singing at church because I think I always have had that type of like. It's a gospel, so even if it's a R&B song, it's gonna get pulled to gospel.
Okay, are we talking about in the choir stand, or are we talking about out in the area, in the general area where everybody watching church singing?
No, we're talking about. I've been a part of the choir all my life.
Okay.
I've led songs. People want me to know when you come back to the choir.
Okay.
When are you like, nuh-uh, man, when did you come on and sing this song? Nah, I was, whenever let me tell you something about a Baptist church. When you at a Baptist church and they like, every time it's time to sing, it's either you and somebody else.
Yeah.
Bro, I think I done won some awards.
Look, have you ever thought about taking that to another level?
Oh, no, I wouldn't dare.
Why not?
I think that's like a passion for people. And mine is not a passion.
Okay.
So, mine is not. It's like, it's fun. Mine is super, super fun. And it's like, I like doing it. And then if I'm using it, that's why I say I think it's more of church. Because anything else, I'm like, I like hearing them singing.
Okay, so you'll do it for the Lord. No problem at all. No questions asked for the Lord.
I think I'm going to do it for the Lord, and I'm going to do it for just, heck, what feels good. And it feels good to do it for people to ask you, right? That know you can do it. Yeah. Like my grandmother, if somebody passed, can you come on? Okay, I'm going to come do it. But I think it's probably the only thing that a lot of people don't know. Other than that, I mean, I got kids. I've been, relationships. Look, what else?
Well, look, we don't have to go that far.
I ain't lost no weight.
We don't have to go that far, Ashley. We don't gotta go that far. I know I do. I know I get on your nerves. Look, I really appreciate you coming in and sitting down with me. You already know some business we got to handle offline, you know, because, you know, for those who don't know, I've been talking to Ashley for years. I'm like, Ashley, we got to connect. You know, we got to pull this, so she know, put it out there. You know, that's why I told y'all behind the scenes, me and her got to talk, because I have been pulling at her for a minute. Whenever I talk to her, I'm pulling at her, and I know I get on her nerves. So I'm going to continue this relationship because I've been getting on her nerves since I've known her. So if I were to change, I think it would be something different. So I'm not going to stop getting on her nerves. Look, we love you. I really appreciate you. Like I said, this young lady came down from Dallas. She's out in the city. Y'all see her, you know, show us some love. She out, you know, spending a little time chilling with people, you know, doing her thing, still celebrating her birthday.
We're gonna eat.
Look, you already know. Before the vision, when you get to call you up, and me and Ash about to get up out of here, we go, holla!